Good morning. Thursday the 4th of July, and we're moving from Old Windsor this morning up to hopefully a mooring by Windsor Castle. Apparently there's 52 moorings there, but it's 10 past 12 in the afternoon now. We wanted to leave a little bit later. There may be more chance of a mooring up there. Only about an hour and a half cruise, but it may be 2 locks, maybe 3, I don't know. But yeah, we're heading further up the Thames today. This lovely paddle steamer, I thought it was an original one. It obviously isn't. It's got a modern engine in. I don't know the history of it, but it is really nice. Off we go, Royal Windsor. And there's the pub. We didn't use the pub, but just through the trees there is a Harvester pub, which is like a chain of restaurants here in the UK. The Bells of Horsley. We didn't go there, we haven't been there. We didn't leave the boat last night. We were quite tired, but apparently during the war, tragically, that pub got hit by a V2 German bomb and completely demolished and rebuilt shortly after the war. And of course, to all our American viewers, happy Independence Day. Nikki and I were just saying how nice this is. Don't get me wrong, it's really nice, and we are enjoying it, aren't we? It's gorgeous, but we are missing the canal. We're missing the canal architecture and the vibe about it. It just seems that everyone here is just trying to outdo each other. We're probably wrong.
It's a bit la-di-da for us.
It's very la-di-da. All these very, very posh houses. They are, some of them look really modern and beautiful, but it's not for us. We are all different, I know. People like different things, but you do sort of think that everyone's trying to keep up with the Joneses around here somehow. It's who's got the biggest house, who's got the biggest boat. That's just the impression we get. And a lot of the houses, even though they're all different, they are all completely different. They're all starting to look the same. Now, Nikki's noticed Old Windsor Lock. There's a sign up there. We've got to bear to the left now. The first of maybe 2 or 3 locks today. But there's something a little bit different for you. Isn't that nice? I've just dropped Nikki off so she can go and help with this hire boat in front. And get my ropes, because it is quite a deep lock this, so I'm going to throw the ropes up to Nikki so as I can hold on to it. One of the deep locks that we did here on the Thames was quite choppy, so yeah, I want my ropes on. Well, that was lucky. This chap turned up who works here, so he's going to close the gates for Nikki. So Nikki's back on board, and away we go. That's similar to a canal building, isn't it? Just come out of Old Windsor Lock, and I've got to say, this does look like a canal. Very much. It's narrowed down quite a bit. as we came into Old Windsor Lock, the Thames went off to the starboard, went off to the right hand side. What's the name of this cut now, Dolly?
New cut.
So now we are on New Cut. It's a cutting, and we will join the main Thames a little bit further on. It is reminiscent of a canal. I like this. At the moment we're doing a big loop, and all this ground here is the Windsor estate. It is huge, and yeah, I wonder if they'd mind us more in there. We are just waiting at the Romney Lock landing. We've got two boats ahead of us, but it does say there's a lock keeper on duty. And these aircraft are really getting on our nerves. I love aircraft. You have no idea how much. But they're doing our headed. Boat once again, but I've got hold of the stern line here. Nicky's up at the bow, got hold of that. Great Lockie, very helpful here. There's 4 of us in this one. 3 GRPs and us. It's a side fill lock. You can see the water coming in from the sides. It's coming in front of that GRP quite a bit, so it's moving the boat a little bit. But the Lockie very kindly put us here. As there's no feed at the side of Chugs, we're getting quite a smooth ride up, unlike some. We're just leaving the lock, and the gentleman, the Lockie there, commented that we're flying the right flag at the front, and it is of course Nicky and the kids' Cornish flag. He's obviously a Cornishman, and I said not the Devon flag. He wasn't very happy.
To the top of the flagpole.
The flag has literally just gone up that flagpole, so have we got a royal in residence?
Yeah.
I think we have. All these are the visitor moorings. As you can see, it's like a wild mooring really. No room at all. No room in the inn, so it looks like we're carrying on in the wind. We managed to find a mooring here in Windsor. We are on rings as well, but it's very windy. It was difficult to moor up, so obviously I didn't film much. I'm not sure where I am. I've never been here before, but what a lovely mooring. Look what we've got. This is our garden for the next couple of days. We do have to pay for mooring here, as in most moorings on the Thames. Don't quote me, but I believe it's £10 a night that we've got to pay. So there's a sign just over there. So we're going to walk over now and pay our bills, and then we can have a couple of nights in Windsor. It's going to be good. Good morning. Wednesday the 10th of July. Weather forecast is it's going to be 22 degrees this morning and the sun out. It's very overcast. It's just been spitting with rain, and we're moored up by Clifton Lock, and I have got to say, what a beautiful lock this is. They sell ice creams from a beautiful little cabin there by the lock, and what a beautiful place. All the flowers. I know it's manicured by the lockkeeper and his good lady. She's a trained florist, and it shows. Apparently she does the flowers for the local church here in the village. It's breathtaking. What a beautiful colourful lock. But we've had a very varied trip. We're tired. We're looking forward to getting on the Oxford, and it's 6 days since we last filmed, but we'll go on about that a little bit more when we get going. We are exhausted. We could do with a shop. We're heading to a place called Abingdon today. Hopefully we can get mooring, and more on moorings on the Upper Thames a little bit later. Are we enjoying it? No. We're looking forward to getting back on the canals. To be perfectly honest with you, it's much of a muchness. Oh, let's get going, and I'll tell you when we get going. Yeah, just short of a week since we did any filming, and to be honest, there's 2 reasons for that. The first reason is, if we'd have carried on filming everything, these vlogs will be a year out of date. I do like to keep things recent, or as recent as we can, well, within a degree anyway. And the other reason is we left Windsor, we were moored at Marlow, and then after Marlow, if I'm honest, it's boring. For us, it's boring. There's just a strip of water and huge trees either side. It seems like we've had that for days. Just loads of trees and loads of water, really. Nothing much to see. We're feeling a little bit let down with the Upper Thames, if I'm honest. The book, like yesterday, we left for a 2.5 hour cruise, as we thought, and the book showed plenty of moorings. 7 moorings were in the book. There wasn't moorings there. There were no moorings. It was just like this, like trees and bushes. They're not moorings. We do have 2 children. We've got Lily and Noah, and we have got 6 dogs that we have to get off and walk. The amount of moorings here are very minimal, and the proper moorings that were chock-a-block. There was boats double moored and all sorts, so it really hasn't been suitable. So yeah, those are the 2 main reasons why we haven't filmed. But we're on our way again to no mooring. Hopefully go to Abingdon, possibly a 2-hour cruise from Clifton Lock. We'll see. We really enjoyed our time at Windsor. Windsor was one of the highlights. We all had a lovely walk around the town. It was lovely. Nikki enjoyed seeing the castle. Nikki likes castles. It was good, wasn't it?
It was good. The dogs were really well behaved.
No, they weren't. The dogs were horrors. We took all 6 of them. Everyone knew we were there. It was quite a walk. We went into the old station there as well and had a coffee. That was nice. They had an old replica steam train there. So the kids had their photograph took, and we did Windsor. We did walk round, and we enjoyed that. We left Windsor and cruised to Marlow. As I say, we didn't want to do too much filming. We didn't want to have the vlogs too far behind. But all the way through with Windsor as well, it was party boats everywhere. Even at midnight, we had party boats going past us, making loud music, loud noises. It's really not our thing. But yeah, we went to Marlow. We had a reasonable, peaceful night in Marlow. It was a lovely mooring there. Nice view of the church and the suspension bridge. But then when we got up in the morning, wow, what a misty morning. It was really nice. They are lovely mornings, those, but not when you want to get away handy. We started off with a misty cruise, but it ended up being a nice day. Yeah, the Upper Thames is a bit too quick for us, I think. Lots of boats going, well, these cruisers, you can see a boat coming up behind me. We have waved him past. They do go a lot quicker than Chugs, so I appreciate that, they want to go, and a lot of them are hire boats, so they want to go and see things. So we do wave them past and can appreciate their faster speeds, more manoeuvrability on here. Let's be honest, that's what they're built for, so it's good to see them go. We don't hold them up. But even the other day we had a narrowboat come out in between. There was 3 of us in a convoy, and hi, you alright? 3 of us in a convoy, and this one boat came behind us very quickly, a narrowboat, and then proceeded to overtake us and the other 2 boats ahead, even on a bend. We're seeing things that you wouldn't believe. People are in such a rush on the Upper Thames. And to Nikki and myself, it feels like it's miles and miles of same old, same old. It all starts to look the same, very much look the same, and we found it very boring. Facilities are few and far between. getting water. A lot of the water points are just filling jerry cans only. They're little push taps as opposed to taps that you can put your hose on. So you've got to be careful with the water supply. If you have an Elsan, I don't know how you'd survive. I mean, we haven't published this, but we've gone compost toilet. I don't know how you'd survive with an Elsan on here unless you've got 10 or 12 cassettes on board. It's not been the most joyous cruise, if we're perfectly honest, and I do pride myself on putting these vlogs out. We have found it not much fun from Marlow, really. We haven't really enjoyed it at all. You might. We haven't had the best of weather either, which doesn't help. It's just been a bit disappointing, and I suppose we feel a little bit let down. The one thing we have enjoyed about the Upper Thames is definitely the variety of watercraft that we're seeing. We're seeing all sorts of things. And in Windsor we saw the old amphibious military duck vehicle, obviously converted now for tourists, but that was going up and down. It was interesting to see that. And we went through Henley yesterday. Well, the regatta finished the day before, but you could certainly see all the marquees and the tents where people have been enjoying themselves, and it looks like one heck of an event. It went for miles down the river, and then as we were coming into the town, lovely buildings in there, but I fell in love with the lovely wooden launch boat there. Nikki and myself love these wooden launch boats. That thing was ideal, absolutely beautiful. I'd love that. Yeah, what did we do after Henley, darling? Reading, we went through Reading.
Saw the entrance to the K&A.
We did. We saw the entrance to the K&A. We cruised past. We don't want to go cruise past that. Not a lot else to report, really. But this is what we've seen for the last, I would say, 4 days. And we've been leaving for like 2.5 hour cruise. And it's ended up being a 6 to 9.5 hour cruise because there's simply no moorings at all. It's hard work. Although Nikki has spotted 5 kingfishers today.
Already? We've only been going, what? How long have we been going for?
About half an hour, 40 minutes. Yeah, 5. We had 2 yesterday together, which was unusual. Well, how would you describe it, darling, from Marlow? I mean, beautiful buildings. We have seen the most beautiful architecture. We've gone past that much history. Bomber Harris's old house. Wells's.
Boathouse is really ornate.
Beautiful places. We've gone past Jerry Anderson's house. Lots of history and lots of interesting things that we'd have liked to have shared, but there's nowhere to moor up to go and see these beautiful places. What would you call it? Boring or frustrating?
I wouldn't say it's boring. It's beautiful, but it's just frustrating when you can't stop.
You can't stop.
To go, like when we're desperate for a shop, we just couldn't. There was no spaces.
There's no shops. It's terrible. It really is. It's hard.
It's an issue too for us.
For us, it's an issue. It is geared more for the gin palaces floating up and down here. The people on holiday, I think it's more geared for them. It is beautiful. I'm not saying it's not beautiful, but it gets tedious. This is all you see for days. Also, when you do find mooring, there's a charge for it. Last night there at Clifton Lock, we got charged £12 for mooring there. We were on a proper 24-hour mooring. £12. We were paying £35 a night in Paddington, £25 a night in Little Venice. And all these little moorings you can moor by a field, which we did the other day, and that's £10 a night. It all comes up. It's all money here, and you're paying, but there's no facilities. Yeah, very much I think waters for hire boaters, holiday makers than liverboards. Just be prepared for it if you come down. As Nikki said, yeah, it's frustrating. It is beautiful. Very, very frustrating, and we're looking forward to getting off here.
whilst you got your licence, pay.
Oh yeah,
Is it 280
extra £280 for a licence for the month. Then you've got your insurance that goes up. You have to tell your insurance company, and that premium goes up. It's not cheap. We feel disappointed and let down a bit with the Upper Thames here. Bring me back to the canals. First lock of the day. See, we got a GRP, that one that you saw going past us, and we believe there's a boat coming down in the lock, so we're just sort of holding on here for the gates to open. So we're going into the lock. I think this one's called Callum Lock. I think it's rather slow to fill, but we're in no rush. We're a bit undecided whether to carry on to Oxford this evening, apparently we're only a few hours away, or to moor in Abingdon. I don't know. You'll know when we do. I think we've made a decision. We're going to carry on to Lechlade. We may moor up for the evening at Abingdon. We do need water. We have been told there's a tap there that we can put a hose pipe on. So we're going to fill up with water, get a load of washing done, and then we'll be set up for Lechlade. We've heard wonderful reports about that place, and it'd be a shame to miss it when we're down here. Our friends Steve and Chris loved it and spent a lot of time there with Tony and Jan. They loved it there, went swimming, and the forecast is for some warmer weather. It'd be great if the kids could have a swim there and we can have a paddle. That's the plan. It'll be nice to have a bit of scenery. We're missing like open vistas and views. Yesterday Nikki and I spotted a proper farm with cows, and it was great to see. We were quite excited just to see it. Here it's just trees and water. Every day, trees and water. So we're just coming into Abingdon now. Beautiful church spire there, and a lovely pub. There's the old Anchor Inn, and Nikki's just pointed out, look at that beautiful old building with a row of chimneys. How lovely is that? Very nice. He's on the right. Oh, what an unusual boat that one is. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? As is with the rest of the Thames, we're going past visitor moorings, and they're all chock-a-block. And thank you to the man with the grinder over there. I don't quite believe it, but we have found moorings in Abingdon.
And
Yes?
they're free.
They're free for 3 days. Woohoo! I know I sound a miserable old bugger,
You are.
and I am. The last 3 or 4 days have been hell, really.
They've been hard, yeah.
They haven't been easy. They haven't been fun. It's not that what we used to. This is our opinion. It has been hard work. It's been tiring. They've been long days. The weather hasn't helped by any means.
Well, no.
But the Upper Thames hasn't been as enjoyable as we thought it would be. You're very, very limited for moorings. Several moorings that are listed in the book simply aren't there. That isn't me or Nicky, we have got geese here. But they're simply not there. And then we went past again 6 or 7 moorings that were chock-a-block, double-breasted moored boats. You just can't get in anywhere. Some people will moor up against trees and bushes and thistles. We don't want to scrape chugs. We don't want to ruin the paintwork. It's quite stressful, might be a too harsh a word, but it's not gentle cruising, is it?
No.
Your boat's constantly on high revs. Let's be honest, we're used to canals and we do prefer canals. But this is nice. This mooring is beautiful. We've got the church, lovely old buildings here. Hopefully we can get the kids off and do some exploring. We're obviously going to be covered in goose poo because there's geese everywhere. But it's nice. We've got a nice little...
It's lovely here.
It is.
Really pretty.
We're low on water, but perhaps we can last for another couple of days. Just if we can sit here and make the most of the mooring, we will do. And as we said, if you're coming down this way, bear in mind the expense of it. I mean, we're different. We've got 6 dogs. But that equated to about £80 for the life jackets. We've had to get new
kids.
life jackets for us.
Dogs, yeah.
That was in excess, £150. You've got your licence, £260, £280. You've got the extra premium on your insurance. You've got the mooring fees, minimal £10 a night, normally £10 a night. It's expensive.
Your licence.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It is.
And
I'm glad we've done it.
I'm glad we've done it. We're not there yet. We are going to go to Lechlade, we think. I just hope the weather improves a little bit. But yeah, that's that little leg of the journey done. We're moored up.
We've got blue sky, look, over the church.
Yeah.
It's going to brighten up.
We've got blue sky over the church.
It's going to be fine.
See you next time. Bye.